I'm pushing buttons. Good morning. Good morning. I was pushing buttons. They gave me some new ones and I pushed them. And then I knocked my phone off the camera mount. Good morning. Welcome to the studio at Two Girls Treasure. I'm Diane Pruitt. I hope you are having an absolutely fabulous day. We turn this on so we can connect. There we go. Let me know that you can hear me all right. Got this turned on, so we've got a little bit of communication going on. We have a really neat Shiny Things project to do today. So grab your cup of coffee or your favorite morning get-you-going beverage. I've got my Activate right here. I'm halfway through it, and I am geared up and ready to go. We're going to work with the Shiny Things in the brand new Iron Orchid Designs holiday collection. The celebration has been fantastic. If you have not gotten Yuletide, you better get it quickly. It is sold completely out at Iron Orchid Designs warehouse. So what we have is all there is right here. Let me show you first, before we go any further, the finished project. Absolutely love this. Just that beautiful burnt umber, black and white sort of feel with a little pop of framework on the sides. I love the holiday colors, the seasonal colors. I'm going to put a sawtooth hanger on this, and this is going to be ready to go. This is so cute. This was from yesterday's live, and yes, I did. I put her shoes on. Look at those little feet up underneath there in orange and black. So she is ready to serve something special for the upcoming holidays. I absolutely adore this. I thought about it early this morning, and I might even stamp a little bit of Alpha Bellies right there and give it just an extra little touch. So we have those projects finished. Now we have something super special. So let me grab this and show you. Ooh, look at that frosted glass. Now I've got a little bit of spots on it. I don't care. We're making this anyway. I took just a plain piece of glass, so bear with me. If it blips out, it'll blip right back in. Look at that frosted glass. So let's tip you down so you can see what we're working with. I'll put my glasses on so I can see you. If you're with me this morning, say hello so I know you're here. And let me scoot this back so you can see really well. There we go. I want to make sure you can see all the things we're doing because I have a lot of product on the table. I don't need those. I was going to do something different, and I decided one project. I have something planned for this other piece of glass, but today we're going to focus strictly on this one. Got my gloves out in case I need to pour. I have my mold sets out, and y'all, these tapers are amazing. And the biblots, these ornaments, these are so fantastic to work with. Get these products. You know what? Those were the buttons I was playing with before I went live. Facebook allowed me a place and a time to drop the link to the holiday collection so that you can go straight to it and make your purchases. If you're local or you know you're coming through town, go ahead and mark it for pickup in person. That's just fine. All right, I have my gloves just in case I need them, but I'll scooch them out of the way. And yeah, we've got a new setup going on here in the studio. It's kind of cool. I'm feeling my way through it. This is tinsel. This is 8 sheets that are 8 by 12 inches. Look at that sparkle. Look at that gold foil. These are the gilded transfers. And you know what we discovered on the last release is that these sheets are two uses. You can use each one of these images 2 times. We have not done it yet that way. We used one image to make our tea cart. Remember? Absolutely beautiful tea cart. So I fully believe this is going to be the release that we are going to use dual images on. Now, what I want to do is use the transfer over the frosted glass and add some of our Christmas tapers as icicles. I think the 3D effect would be stunning, especially with the gilded transfer set. So let's find exactly what we want. And the hardest part of this, to me, and this is my biggest downfall on transfers, I don't want to use it because I'm afraid I'm going to want to use it for something else. I love these. I love the words. I think I'm going to go right here, and I think I'm going to use part of this because this entire piece is too big for our piece of glass. Let me show you. I'll set that to the side. Our piece of glass is narrower than these words are. So placement is going to be important. We can trim edges out. We can trim line by line to make it fit. I don't really want to use, I kind of want to use the whole thing, but it's not going to fit that way. I love it, but it's not going to fit that way. I had out my stamps because I wanted to use these too, but we're going to use these on the other piece of glass project. So we'll get to that. Let me grab a piece of paper to put under this. Oh, you know what? Don't need it. Have this. I just need a backer board so that it's easier to see what I'm working on the tabletop. Plus, it'll protect our glass while we're working. That looks neat, doesn't it? I love some of the extra products that we have to work with. Now, this is Luke 2, verse 9 through 14. I love that. And, oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. I think this is so pretty. This one is definitely one you want to grab. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I am so glad to see you here. I appreciate you. I'm going to trim that out. I don't want to butcher this because I want to be able to use the second time, but I do need to see where we need to make adjustments. So we're going to drop the R down, A-R-E. So let's trim around this. There we go. All right. Line it back up with the edge. And we'll lose just a little bit. I think we can scooch this over and we may not lose so much. Okay. Yeah, we can get that. But we definitely need to take night. And we're going to have to trim right there between the G and the H because those kind of are conjoined. So when we trim this out, there's a comma right there, so be aware of that as well. We're just going to trim it at a slight angle. We've got a lot of swoopy right here to trim around. All right, there we go. Now, these pieces have to fit back in here. We can't just leave them out. So we're going to have to make an adjustment for this to fit here and this to fit here. In order to do that, there's our train. In order to do that, we are going to have to split this because the stars are brightly shining. So we'll go right here on our grid line, cut straight across, and then we'll come around our swoopy stars. I love the ability to deconstruct, and then reconstruct the imagery in a transfer set. The grid lines are very helpful. All right, Oh Holy Night, brightly shining. We're going to have to trim right here. And that's easy because we already trimmed the swoopy out. We'll go straight across that grid line. There we go. This is the night of our dear Savior's birth. And just like that, we have recreated. We'll scoot this down. So we can hash this out. I love the layout. Now, once we have that laid out completely, let me set that right there. I may not need to, there we go. May not need to pour, but look how beautiful. I love this one for this application. Every project, every piece, every tool has an application, and I love these stars for this application. And I don't think we'll get a second one on. I think we'll just have to go with the one. I think this one's too big. I think it'll cover up too much of our lettering. But let's get our transfer on there, and then we'll take a look and we'll see. Here we go. It's always a little unnerving to me because I know this is it. This is us using it. So I want this to come near to the edge as possible. We'll lay it down. It's straight right there. Just like any other transfer, lay it down. Got a little piece of trash in there, and I could see it. But just like any other transfer set, lay it down, rub over it with your hand, and then let's get that gold onto our glass. Remember that when our holiday release comes about, it is a one-time shot. There is one order for us to purchase from, and once it is sold out at the warehouse, there are no more. These are all limited edition products. The exception is the Les Cloches mold set, because that will be a year-round spectacle. That will be something we can play with. Can you imagine that mold set at Valentine's Day? And I have some ideas. One of the stockists put some ideas in my head, and so we're going to work with her idea for a snow globe. Oh, we've got guests. We've got guests or we've got wind. I'm not sure which. Let's see. Let's see who came to visit. Anyone? Sometimes the wind will blow and the plants will move and it rings the doorbell. And sometimes it really is a person. Let's see. There we go. Y'all, can you see how beautiful this is? Look, I love this. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. All right, I'm glad this is the way we went. You know, it's going to be stunning. Absolutely stunning. There we go. Now I'm all excited. I can't wait to get it all put together. If you're just coming in, welcome to Two Girls Treasure. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate you so much. We are working on shiny things. This is the 2024 Iron Orchid Designs Holiday Collection, limited edition, festive. It is all the things lovely and beautiful. This is right where we want it to go. So let's peel this off. And we are working with our transfer set named Tinsel. This is a foil transfer set, one that you definitely want to add to your Christmas crafting toolkit. I'll rub my hand over it. The stars are brightly shining. When you're doing a transfer or a foil transfer, they work exactly the same way. Once you lay it down, it's committed, don't shift it. Rub over it with your hand, rub over it with your tool. You want to make sure you don't have any air bubbles behind your transfer. Now that's a little bit easier when the transfer is thin lined like this, but you still want to ensure that you have no air bubbles, because once you seal this, if you have air bubbles behind this, it will lift and it will spoil. All right. And I don't like spoiled transfers. I have a hard time using them up, but I sure don't want to spoil it by putting sealer on a surface that I need sealer on and then it lifting because I did not properly adhere it. So make sure you're getting good adherence, that everything lays down and that you don't have any air bubbles before you seal it, and then you will have a more successful project in the end. And after you rub over it, lift a little corner. That helps you move the transfer off the cover sheet onto your project surface. And just like that, you have the most beautiful imagery. All right, let's get this one straight and in the position where we want it. Just going to make a little fold on the edge so that I know exactly where to lay it back down. And there we go. Lay it right back down. There's our edge. There we go. Now, if you have any questions, I'll flip back over because it wasn't anybody coming in. It was just the wind. Or George. It could have been George. If you have any questions about these foil transfers, let me know. Lisa, thank you. Isn't this a beautiful transfer set? My biggest problem with this transfer set is going to be committing to what I'm going to use it for, because I'm going to want all of these, y'all. I I bought as much as I could afford to buy so that I could provide you with all of the images. I've got to tell you though, Yuletide, I think we only have 2 left. Isn't that lovely? Such a beautiful piece. Let's throw some hearts out for this. Laughy faces if you want to, but I think this is so pretty. And when the light strikes it, oh, that gold foil just looks so good. Thank you for the hearts. Just keep hitting that button. Just keep hitting that button. Now, do we want the star on it? I think we do. I think we do. Where do we want the star? We should put the star, no matter where we put it, we're going to cover something that we don't want to. I don't know, y'all. I love it like it is. I do. We could do that. Oh, I don't want to cover anything up. Here's what we could do. We could just cast nothing but the star and put the star on here. I kind of like that idea. So let's do that while we have the time. I'll set this to the side. Keep in mind, when you are working with glass and transfers, you don't have to put a sealant on them. You don't need it. So we'll set this back up here. Oh, that's so pretty. Let's do this one. We almost don't need anything on there. Almost. We almost don't need anything on there. But boy, I like it. I like it. I do. I feel like I need a little star. I could use, let's see, which transfer set had a star? Boughs of Holly, Holly Lane. Which one had the star? Let's look. Let's look at our Christmas editions, and let's see if we have a smaller star right here. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. You know what? That's all we need right there. So, let's go over here to our precast. Oh, we've got them. We've got them. We don't need to cast anything. Let's put the messy stuff away for the morning. Let's try not to get messy yet. The time will come, but let's wait. Let's wait. Oh, here we go. And let's go ahead and paint this before we put it on. I'm looking for my handy trusty razor blade. So I want to trim the edges of this a little bit. I've got a clean one right there. Let's get, since this is in gold, let's stick with our gold, but before we put our, we're going to do pixie dust. Before we do our pixie dust, let's base it in cotton so that our undercolor, our cotton, our base color, gives it a really bright, shining finish, a high lift, if you will. All right. And I just need a smallish brush. So let's pull one of those out. That's not as smallish as I want. Here's the one I want right here. There we go. And Let's just put a nice light coat of cotton on here. Nothing outrageous. Something that will dry quickly and will give the pixie dust a high lift finish. There we go. Let's let that dry real quick. Oh, it won't dry upside down, will it? Good Lord, it's jumping all over the place. All right, we cap that cotton. I have my Christmas colors out. Not quite ready. All right, let's find our pixie dust. And I just will simply have to ask you to bear with me because we have been doing some major work in the studio. Let's see, is the pixie dust going to be too yellowy? Do we need to go classic? We might need to go classic. I think we need to do classic gold. I think that pixie dust is amazing, but I think it's too bright. I don't think it coordinates quite the way we want. Here's my classic gold. Boy, I have some good classic gold over here, y'all. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's shake this up and crack it on open. Thanks for being here, y'all. This is a happy place to be. All right. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to do the classic because I think this matches a little bit better with our lettering from our gold foil. So I'm going to get another brush, another small round. I might even go over the classic gold with the pixie dust. I think somewhere in between is where we want to be. So we may want to get that pixie dust right back out. It's pretty, but it may be just a little bit too dark. So yeah, let's grab the pixie dust and let's layer it. Won't hurt a thing. If we don't like it, we can paint right back over it. We can do that. I don't want to turn the fan on because I have transfer pieces. And you know what happens when you turn a fan on transfer pieces? They get spoiled. And not in a good way. That's classic. Let's get some pixie dust on here. That's so pretty. Now, I like it up top. I really like it right up there at the top edge. Let me grab my glue. And we'll turn it over. Put a little glue on. The number on the back there, that's a designation that we use because we sell our resin castings. We have them available in the studio. So if you need a casting from a particular set to go with the project you're working on and you don't have that mold set, let me know, because we probably have the casting already ready for you to pick up. All right, I'm going to take the extra glue off of here. Got a rag right here. I definitely, on this one especially, because we're over the top of the glass, I definitely don't want any glue bunched up there at the around my casting. If you're new to Iron Orchid Designs and you have knowledge of some of these sold out limited edition previous year's releases, but you can't find the mold set, you can always buy the castings from us. We only ship the first quality. Not every casting is first quality. I have cast, and in a set of castings, I might get 80% of them that are first quality, and the rest are not, and I don't ship those out. If you order castings, you only get first quality. Because sometimes the resin doesn't cooperate. Sometimes it doesn't cure up just like it should. And it's just the nature of the product. It's not always a perfect pour. But boy, when it is, it sure does make you happy. Look how beautiful this is now. We have our Oh Holy Night. We have our star brightly shining on the very top corner. This is so pretty. All it needs now is a frame and a wall to hang it on. I love that. And look, what about a sage color on the star? I like that. We have shimmering sage. We do have that. I love it, though. This is so pretty. This is the Tinsel Transfer Set. It's part of the 2024 Holiday Collection. The link is in the comments. Make sure you hop on over and grab any of the products you are interested in having. These are all limited edition products except for Les Cloches. And that is, I'll show it to you. This one. This is not limited edition, but you're still going to want to play with this. I did a neat thing with this practicing, and I'll show it to you maybe next week. But get your limited editions before they're sold completely out. Yuletide is almost gone from here. And once it's gone, there are no more. It's like that. I'm sorry. I ordered as much as I could. I really did. But it's holiday season, y'all. It's October. And what a celebration time we have. We have pumpkins. We have cloches. We have tapers that look like icicles. We even have Santa Claus. We have Santa Claus. He's so pretty. So don't miss out on these beautiful, beautiful products. Make sure you use that link to order or come to the store and pick out your favorite pieces. Thanks for being here with me this morning. I'm Diane Pruitt. We're in the studio at Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina. Continued prayers. Pray without ceasing. There are people who still need blessings and love. Have a wonderful and a blessed day yourself. Share the beautiful, beautiful words of the Lord with everyone you can. The link should be in the comments. I see that it says it's featured, one link, zero feature. I don't know. Let me look. Let me see where it is, because it should be there. Don't know. But if it's not there right this minute, I'll make sure to put it because I have that link. Look at that floofy. Look at that floofy. That's the result of taking my collagen every night. That's crazy. That's craziness. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning for another wonderful project. Connecting. There we go. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye now.